Hey guys, I am back. We are talking about using the complement to find probability of independent events. And we're going to go through this question and try to just look at it and say, hey, what exactly is a fast way of solving a problem like this? Because my whole method is let's find the fast way, okay? We're going to read the question now. While you are riding to school, your playlist randomly plays 4 out of the 16 songs on it. What is the probability that you will hear your favorite song at least once during the 5-day week? Well, at least once, it sounds like, how about if I find out the probability of not playing my favorite song in 5 days? And I can subtract that answer from 1 to find the probability of my favorite song being played once during those 5 days, at least once. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look at the denominator of this problem. And the denominator is a combination problem, okay? We know that there are 16 songs, and that is my distinct objects. That is my n. Remember our C and R, okay? And that's equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. And we're just going to use that formula to solve this. So my n is my distinct object, 16. My r is, well, 4 songs, okay? That's the total possibilities. Remember, when we're talking about probability, the total number of possibilities is always your denominator. Okay, so now I want not my favorite songs. Well, you only have one favorite song, right? And out of the 16 songs, only 1 is your favorite song. So I want you to think in terms of, well, how many are not my favorite song? And I would say if 1 is my favorite, then 15 are not my favorite. I don't want to really, I'll listen to them, but they're not my favorite. And how many songs are going to be played each day? 4. We're almost done. Okay, so we got to look at this, and we have a combination problem for our numerator. We have a combination problem for our denominator. But it's a 5-day week. Go to school Monday through Friday, right? So I could just say times that same fraction 5 times, or I could just raise it to the 5th power, because that would be the same thing as multiplying that same fraction by itself 5 times. And I'm gonna use my graphing calculator today to solve this. And I'm gonna go into, and I'll show you, the math button. And on the math button, we have over here the probability column. So I'm going to go over to that, and I just use these arrows right here to go to the probability. And if I go down to number 3 on this, I can use my combination formula, and I can just let the calculator go ahead and calculate what is C16 for. So I'm going to press enter, and that brings me to the home screen, and I'm just going to fill in C16, use my arrow to get over to the other box. I'm going to press 4, and you probably can't see that, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press enter, and guess what? My calculator came up with the answer. I didn't even have to use this formula that I put right here. I let my calculator do the work for me, and that looks like the denominator is 1,820. So I'm going to do the same thing for my numerator. I'm going to go back to my math button, and I'm going to go over to the probability column. And I don't know if you can see that, but let's go ahead and we're going to press enter. And I must have pressed the wrong button. I'm going to go back, math, go over to probability, and I'm going to use the arrow down to number 3, and that gives me my combination formula. and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in. Well, this time I'm going to use 15 because 15 are not my favorite songs, right? And out of the 4 songs that are played, and I'm going to press enter to get my answer, and it looks like my answer is 1,365, and my calculator did all the work, but remember, it's to the 5th power. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my parentheses on my calculator, and I'm going to have 1365 divided by 1,820, end parentheses, and I'm going to raise that to, I'm going to use this caret symbol, raise it to the 5th power. And I don't know if you can see that. We will explore that in another lesson using our graphing calculator. I'm going to press enter, and it looks like it is 0.237. But remember earlier we said this was a complement. We want to know the complement because that's the probability of not favorite song in 5 days. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say the probability of hearing my favorite song is going to be the complement of 1 minus the probability of not hearing and now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in. So I have 1 minus 0.237, and I'm going to use my handy dandy calculator, and it looks like it is 1 minus 0.237. My answer is 0.763, and the probability of hearing my favorite song during a 5-day week would be 0.763, or we can say about, if I multiply that by 100%, about 76%. How about that? Okay, hope you enjoyed your lesson today. I love teaching this stuff. I hope that you will enjoy this and that you will get something from it. And I would love to hear your comments, and blessings, my friends. I'm going to sign off now. That is a wrap.